last day as a computer engineering student at Cal State Fullerton. My name is Adam Card, and with me are my colleagues Rayton Espiritu, Justin McCarty, Adam Morton, and Nicholas Ramirez. We're proud to present our senior design project of BedyByte. So last semester, we gathered in this room to brainstorm different senior design ideas. And I looked, and I noticed that there were only 4 of us there. And one of us was a little tardy that day. So we waited a few minutes, and when he finally came in, he had this very tired look on his eyes, and the way he walked was sluggish. And we could tell that he didn't really get a good night's sleep last night. Well, he comes over, and he says to us how he wishes bed would understand him better. So we thought, well, we can do that. Why can't we make a bed, or the object that we spend 8 hours of our day, understand us, and provide us with a better sleep quality? So we pitched the idea to Dr. George, and 7 months later, we stand before you with our senior design project, BedyByte, an innovative smart bed topper. Okay. So I don't want to get into too much about what the features of our BedyByte is, but the goal of our BedyByte was to adjust your sleeping conditions based on environmental and human stimulation to maximize comfort and improve sleep quality. Through features such as temperature control, sleep stage estimation, smart alarm, background nature sounds, and an interactive phone app. So like with any product, the first few weeks were entirely dedicated to design specifications, figuring out what kind of features we wanted to add to our product, and buying the parts for that product. Once the groundwork was laid down, we separated our project into 3 separate systems. The first system was the climate control system, which began early last semester and continued even until last month. It dealt with the fans, the motor controller, the temperature sensor, the heat blanket. The second system began just early this semester and is still ongoing, and it deals with the heart rate monitoring and sleep tracking. And it's ongoing because we're still developing our algorithm and getting it to read more accurate measurements for our sleep. The third system was our Android-developed phone app, which was made by our very own Adam Morton, who spent days and nights learning and developing this app, and it turned out beautifully, and I'm really proud of him. But enough about the when and the why. We're here to discuss what our product can do.
So when I go to sleep, I put my cover on me and my blanket on me, and then my body can't really figure out what kind of temperature it wants. So I have my foot sticking out of the blanket and one is inside the blanket. So to fix that problem, we have 3 temperature sensors on the bed, 2 on the beside the head and 1 on your foot, and it's connected to the fan or the heating pad. So if it's too cold, the heating pad will turn on. If it's too hot, the fan will turn on. It is connected to the Raspberry Pi and the Arduino. So the fan and the heating pad are connected to the Arduino, and then it gets data from the Raspberry Pi. The data comes from the app. It is sent to the Raspberry Pi. So as you can see, here we just have it on top of the heating pad, but it's actually in between 2
2-inch foam mattress pads.
2-inch foam mattress.
And we also have a temperature sensor in the box that is like a reference temperature, so we can get an average of like the room temperature instead of it being affected by our body heat.
So during our research, we found a study that stated that heart rate has the strongest relation to your sleep stage. And so that's why we wanted to use heart rate to determine your REM. We initially wanted to use like a wristband type heart rate monitor, like a Basis or a Fitbit, but all their data was proprietary, so it was like we had to use their app, so we couldn't use that data for ourselves. So we went on to use a polar heart rate monitor, which straps around your chest, and Adam's currently wearing it right now. And with that data, we're able to get the user's pulse in real time, and we're able to make a graph which will help us determine the sleep data, like the deep sleep and the REM sleep.
Okay, so some of the other features we have a smart alarm,
This is kind of like what your sleep stages look like over the night. You start in the awake stage, and you go down to deep sleep and come back to the REM stage. What we tried to do was, the smart alarm was meant to wake you up in your lightest sleep, so you don't feel groggy or anything, you feel refreshed when you wake up. So we were able to implement that through the app and through the heart rate. And if the user wants, we have some background nature sounds that can play and help you fall asleep as well. So the Android phone app, everything, all the features that from the BedyByte are transferred over into the phone. You can set the min and max temperatures for what you want to sleep at. You have manual controls for the fan and the heating pad. You can also read your heart rate, and it graphs the REM sleep cycle. And it does everything, communicates with the bed and the Android or the Arduino and Raspberry Pi through Bluetooth. So some of our results, this was kind of like towards the beginning stages of what we had together. The temperature control, we have fully functional. The fans and the heating pad were both working. The phone app looks really good. We have the heart rate graphing, and the alarm is designed and fully functional as well. So our first test, we wore it overnight for 8 hours. The smart alarm recognized the patient was in light sleep less than 30 minutes before the alarm time was set. It woke the user up, and it was able to estimate the sleep stages based on the heart rate, and it displayed the full time the user was in REM sleep and the deep sleep. And here's some screenshots of the app after we took the data. The first one was just the heart rate. It came up after it was done reading. It said you slept for 8 hours and 10 minutes and gave the totals for the REM sleep and the deep sleep. And then it came up with our algorithm. It gave, here's when the user was woken up. The alarm was set for 9 o'clock. It woke the user up at 8:40, which is perfect. You could tell the heart rate was coming up, so he was in his lightest sleep. And then finally, it graphed the REM cycle. And anything below here was the REM cycle, and up here is all deep sleep. These are all REM, sorry, and these are all deep sleep.
So for the customized, we spend around $450, but most $150 is just for the phone, and then the rest are for the microcontrollers, the sensors, and other stuff that we need. And the components, they only cost around $290. The expensive parts were the Raspberry Pi, the Arduino, and the sensors. Everything else was very cheap. So it's
cost efficient.
With the BedyByte, any consumer can have a better sleep experience. We have a constant bed temperature with nature sounds, with an alarm that will wake the user up in their proper period in their sleep. And all of these features can be customized with our Android app. For future work, we can include a microphone that will read the background decibel levels, and then we could use a speaker to output constant background noise that will help the user to stay asleep.
And also it can like analyze your sleep throughout the night. So sometimes you could be woken up because you're uncomfortable and that's what the climate is for. Or sometimes if a loud noise wakes you up, you can determine whether or not that was the reason why your heart rate went up and you came out of deep sleep.
Since heart rate is the core for REM sleep monitoring, that's what we focused on mainly. In order to increase the accuracy of our algorithm, we can include pressure sensors in the bed itself to read the user's movements during the night. We could add that to the algorithm to increase its accuracy. We could also use machine learning and other heuristic methods can be used to further increase the accuracy of our REM sleep cycle monitoring. That's it. We just have demos now.
So we have a short demo video of the Android app working with the heart rate monitor. It graphs it, it blows the fans, we set the temperature manually.
So we have like a box that holds all our components connected to this duct, and we 3D printed a nozzle that would clamp onto the bed, and we just strap it around so it stays still.
So it was a little hard to see, but the threshold for the fans to turn on was passed, and it turned the fan on because we set to a minimum temperature, or max temperature. And this is us changing one at a time, and it shows up on the serial monitor. So this gives the user complete customization of how they think they like sleeping at night.
It's just testing on fan low and just the manual commands.
That's the noise of
That's
the
full power.
The heart rate was being monitored in the background of that.
It's sped up, but this is over a couple minutes of Adam wearing the heart rate monitor.
So we have a sample size of about 15 seconds, so it takes your heart rate, and every 15 seconds it displays it on the serial monitor. And then in the graph, it converts it to beats per minute, so it multiplies it by 4 or whatever. And then it displays it in the graph in a nice line graph, and this is where we got our statistics from to measure sleep analysis.
For increased accuracy during sleeping, it's actually a minute instead of 15 seconds.
So the temperature average is 70 right now, and it's dropping to 69, which means the fan speed is going down. We have it at different power levels depending on what the average temperature is.
It's manual.
So how do we do this? Go to the beginning. How do I go to the beginning?
Right now it's graphing my heart rate. You can see this was probably when I was speaking. It's graphing the heart rate right now. You can stop. It'll show how long it's been on, and then since I wasn't in deep sleep, it doesn't come up with anything there, but it would show your total REM sleep and your deep sleep once you hit stop and once you wake up. And this is the home screen of our app. We've got four settings here. We got the temperature settings, the alarm settings, the heart rate settings, and the background sounds. What?
So I think that was the initialization.
Full power on high. Turn the fan on high. See the fan at the bottom of the bed.
We still got a heat gun to heat up the sensor so you can see how it turns on. Just gotta
Directly shoot the sensor and go through the.
right now. Lift up this thing. This light's strapped down.
The temperature sensors are also like above the bed, and we tested it, and it's actually really comfortable to lay on, and you can't feel them digging into your neck at all.
Oh, let's get this one.
That's
That's not in there. So we're heating up the sensor.
There it goes,
And
there
then
it
the
goes.
sensor's on.
Turn it up.
So once the temperature sensor is heated up to a certain threshold, that's discussed on the app. Fans will turn on like that, and the fan pressure is going down now. But he's cooling it off.
And when it goes below the threshold, we have a heating blanket that will turn on and warm the user up.
It's getting quieter, so it's as the temperature goes down.
And that is BedyByte.